Hey everyone, and thanks for joining me back here on the mat. Your tuning in and connection on my channel is so appreciated. Just a reminder that comments are wonderful. I do love hearing from you, and also the likes and follows of the channel is super appreciated. We will start in a seated position, can be cross-legged like me, or however else you would like to be. Grab a bolster, whatever it is that you need. When we're ready, dropping your awareness into the body, and that may mean closing your eyes, but maybe you just soften your gaze. However it is that you really connect in with your physical body, connect with yourself emotionally, just check in. So we find our seat, just begin to observe the body, begin to notice the space you are taking up. Feel that connection to the earth, however it is that you are sitting. We can begin to take the left hand to the heart and the right hand down to the floor. Notice the flow of breath. Notice what's coming up for you today. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't mean that we have to get heavy and super deep, but just noticing. It could be something as simple as a breeze on your skin or textures of your clothing. Just beginning that practice of awareness, the practice of being in the now. Tuning into your breath. Breathing in through the nose, with nice long breaths out through the nose. And when you're ready, your right hand comes on top of the left. A moment to set an intention for your practice. Could be something all on your own, or something as simple as I will listen to my body as I move today. I will move with kindness and awareness. I will keep my awareness on my breath as I move today. Something simple or elaborate, just something to dedicate your practice to. Releasing the hands to the knees and gently beginning to roll through the shoulders. If you're comfortable with your eyes closed, they can stay closed throughout the practice or as much as you like. Obviously, if you would like your eyes open, that's okay as well. Rolling the shoulders the opposite direction. And letting them settle. Find that length through the spine, that connection to the belly. Ground down through the seat, and there's parts of the body that connect with the floor. Feel that connection with the earth below. Rise tall through the crown of the head. Take up some space here and feel that awareness through the body. As we breathe in, we're going to sweep those hands up to the sky. Maybe gaze comes up, and that can mean that the eyes stay closed as well, but you're just taking the face to the ceiling. And then as we breathe out, we lower the hands. Head can come back to neutral. 2 more like that. We breathe in, expand the chest. Rise the hands to the sky. We breathe out, we lower them down. Last one. Hands rest back on the knees and begin to take some circles with the upper body. So rolling from the hips. And those circles can be as big or as small as you like. Whatever it is, however it is that you need to move today. Next time the chest is forward, we take those circles in the other direction. And we slowly make our way back to stillness. Breathe in, take those hands to the sky. Left hand comes across the body for a twist. Find that connection to the abdominals. Strong bellies. Release the hands to the sky. Bellies guide us across and over the other way. Breathing here. Release back to center. Bellies guide us over to the right. And release one more time to the left. Those active abdominals helping support the spine. Now, as we release back to center, shake it out and gently make your way into an all fours position. Back or into our tabletop. Let's begin to find some gentle movement here, maybe circling the hips. Rolling them one way. You could roll through your cat-cows or some barrel rolls from the abdominals. We're rolling the hips or whatever. If we're rolling anywhere, let's change direction. Just allow this movement to flow. We slowly come back to center. Left hand comes center of the body, directly under the face. That right hand's going to roll up to the sky, gaze follows. We come under, threading the needle, and open. I'm going to flow here between these two postures for a moment. Expanding the chest as we open. Opening through the back of the body as we close. We'll do one more open up before we settle into our threading the needle. So right ear rests to the mat. That left hand can be soft out in front of the face. Up above the ear. A bit more active here. Inviting softness. Keep that awareness on the body though. If there's adjustments that you need or that you could take, just exploring them. Gently unraveling left hand presses into the mat. And then we're going to go right hand center, left hand opens up to the sky and threads under the right. Last one, we open and close, threading all the way under. We find our position and how we would like to express this shape here. Gently unraveling, we come back to our tabletop, shake out and release whatever it is that you need, and then walking the hands forward a little, tuck the toes. We're going to lift up our hips for our downward dog. Let's pedal out those legs. You can even sway them a little, creating some opening here through the back line of the body. Have that awareness through the hands. We're spreading the fingers and pressing with some energy into the earth. And then we find some stillness. Knees are going to lower down to the mat. Walk the hands forward even more. Shift the chest forward. Chest and chin to the mat. Sweeping forward, forearms to the mat. We find our Sphinx here. Option to be nice and still and active. Option to rock a little from the hips. Option to move through the neck. Just exploring some movement here, but if stillness is what calls to you, then by all means you can be still. We will all meet in stillness. Breathing here. Check in with the feet, check that they're relaxed and soft. And then begin to lower the upper body down. Hands go under the shoulders, and we're going to peel all the way back, reaching those hips back for a child's pose. We shift forward back to our tabletop, drop the belly, look to the sky. Shift the hips back for a child's pose and rolling forward. Now, just allow this movement to flow and be however it needs to be in your body. If we're up for a little bit more energy, as we sweep forward, we can drop the hips, open the chest, sweep the hips back. Have that if we're going into the transition between the cobra and the child's pose. Have that connection with those abdominals so that we're supporting the spine. This time, just exploring some movement. This will be our last one. We're going to settle into our child's pose. Knees can go wide, forehead on the mat. Just begin to come back to your breath, reconnect and even out that flow here. Check in with the energy through the body. We'll peel up back to our downward dog. Movement or stillness here. You tune in and express how you need. Breathing evenly. Right leg stays, left leg extends for our three-legged dog to the ceiling. Breathing here. Heel of the right foot really pressing into the earth. Hands are even. Bend that knee, bring the knee into the chest and all the way through. back knee drops. So we're in a lunge with the left leg in front. Let's bring both hands can stack on that front knee. Press into that knee so that we've got some opening here. Means that we might be a little out of that lower back a little. Lift the chest. And then as we sink down, or option to sink down, and sweep the hands up to the sky, looking up. Hands come down, frame that front foot, hips go back for a half splits here. Breathing into the body. Now as we sweep forward back to our lunge, option for the hands to sweep up. And then while we're here, we cactus the arms, really active through the upper back, squeeze them down towards each other, elbows down towards each other. And then as we come up, it's a transition that we straighten that front leg and sweep over that front leg back to that half splits. So flowing here, we come up as we breathe in, breathe out, open the chest, elbows squeeze down and towards each other, and open back up the body to that half splits. Exploring that movement, something that's similar or different that feels good for your body today. Maybe that balance is there, that strength is there, maybe not. Finding your version. Got a couple more flows before we settle back to stillness. Of course, if you need that stillness, you can take it at any point. We'll pause and meet back in that half splits. So take your time, don't rush, finish whichever round you're on. We meet here. We breathe, check in with the hips, that they're even, that there's length through the spine. And we'll sweep back to our lunge. Plant the inside hand, that right hand. Left hand's going to open up to the sky. Breathing here. Twisting with that connection to our abdominals. Maybe looking up at those fingertips. Check it that they're soft though and give them a little wriggle. And we melt forward, frame that front foot, tuck the back toes, lift up off that back knee. Hold here. Find that strength in the legs, that resistance, that connection. Hands frame that front foot. Front foot goes back for a downward dog. Movement if you need. We all meet in stillness. Breathe here. Left leg plants, right leg opens up to the sky for our three-legged dog. Bend that knee, bring it in. Foot comes between the hands, back knee drops. We come all the way up. Hands to that front knee. Find that space here. Feel into the body. And then rising the hands up, looking up between the hands. We do one where we come straight up. And then we fold forward, find our half splits. Breathe here. And from here, we find that flow. Take the hands up to the sky, bend the elbows down, working into the upper back. We extend and see if we can find that fluid flow. It doesn't have to be exactly the same as mine. Embracing the wobbles as well. Doesn't have to be exactly the same expression as mine, but seeing if you can find a state of flow between the two postures. Last one, we open the chest and sweep forward, back over into that half splits. Feel that connection to the back line of the leg. Have a breath here. As we sweep forward into our lunge, inside hand plants, we open the right hand up to the ceiling. Find space through the chest, length from fingertips to fingertips. Breathing here. Top hand melts down, frame that front foot, tuck the back toes, lift up off that back knee. Find that strength and connection to the leg muscles, that length through the spine and the abdominals. Just breathing here. Really press down through the hands. Front foot goes back for our downward dog. Wriggle it out. Breathing, finding stillness through the body, evenness through the feet, through the hands. We shift our weight forward. Knees are going to come down towards the ground as slow as we can. Create a bit of energy here. Walk the hands forward a little. Chest comes forward. We lower down to peel up for our cobra. Invitation to rock from side to side, from the hips or from the neck, or you can rest in stillness. Breathing here. As we lower down, tuck the toes, peel back to our downward dog. Only here for a breath, so if you really need the movement, you can take it. Otherwise, we're exploring stillness. Left leg extends high to the sky for our three-legged dog. Bend the knee, bring it forward between the hands. We're going to stay up off that knee, that back knee here, and come all the way up into our high lunge. If we need that space through the lower back, bend into that back leg. It doesn't need to be straight. You can have a bend here, a bit more comfort through the lower back. The legs are still working nice and strong. Arms go up, maybe we look between the hands. From here, it's going to be a similar flow to when we had our knees on the ground. And if you really need the knees on the ground, you can go back to that. But otherwise, we're extending high. And then as we shift those hands forward, begin to straighten that front leg and extend that back heel to the ground for our pyramid. It can be a lot here. If you want blocks, you can grab them. If you want to go back to working between the low lunge and the half cobra, the half splits, you can. Otherwise, we're working between a high lunge and our pyramid. So as we sweep forward, we rise up, hands come up to the sky, bend the elbows, squeeze down towards each other. They reach forward and we flow back to our pyramid pose. Let's take it slow. Really feel that connection in the body. Embrace the wobbles. I know that it can be a lot transitioning between these two poses. All right, last one. Hands come down, frame that front leg, pyramid. Breathe. Find that space through the spine. This time we shoot forward, drop the back knee into our low lunge. Hands are going to come up to the sky. Hands meet, palms meet at our chest. Breathing here. We will make our way into a twist over to the left. So beginning from our center, opening to the left. Maybe this is plenty. Options to extend the arms out wide if we want a little bit more from there, or we can keep the hands together and hook that right knee to the outside of the left leg to help deepen into that twist. Hands connect to each other, finding that openness through the body. So breathe here, whichever option, there's plenty. Take which one you need. Release back, arms to the sky. Frame the front foot. We lift up off the back knee. Front leg goes back. We find a little bit of release in our downward dog. Connect to the breath. Bring yourself back to center, back to evenness. And then this time our right leg is going to lift up for our three-legged dog. Hips are square to the floor. And then bend that knee, bring it through between the hands. So option to take this flow with the knee to the ground. Otherwise, we're lifting all the way up. You can bend into that back knee, nothing wrong with that. Tall spines have that connection to the belly. Really find that space through the spine as we lift up, maybe looking between the fingertips. Breathing here. Wobbles are okay. I wobble all the time. Find that connection to the body though, seeing if we can bring ourselves to that point of focus. And then as we sweep the arms forward, we begin to straighten both legs, frame that front foot in our pyramid pose. I'm going to show you what that looks like working this round with our blocks. See how the blocks give you a little bit more space and a bit more stability, particularly if we're new to flowing between these shapes. They can stay down on the ground as we bend into that knee, come into that lunge, cactus the arms, work the upper back. Flowing back to our pyramid. You can find those blocks. Melting down. We sweep forward, lifting up, opening the chest. Breathing here. All this effort and energy and work that we are creating, this heat that we're creating through the body. Open here. So we can always do this down on the ground. This will be our last one. Open the chest. We come back into our pyramid and hold pause here. Notice the legs, inner thighs working. Be aware of the feet. The length through the spine. We begin to drop that back knee to the ground and lift up to extend the hands to the sky, palms meet, come down to the chest. Breathing here. We begin to twist open to the right. Your option. You can stay here, progress to here, or here. Whatever it is that you need. Drop your awareness into your body. Release and unravel from the twist. Come back to that half splits. Just to let go of the effort through the front leg. Tuck the back toes, lift up off that back knee. We step back to our downward dog. Movement or stillness. Take some breaths here. Noticing how you feel through the body. You're more open, feeling a little warmer. As slow as we can, we bring those knees down to the ground. Feeling those muscles be active. crossing the ankles, we roll onto our glutes. Okay, from here, let's take the right leg out in front, left leg in towards the body. A little wriggle, shake it out. That was a lot of work. Let's bring the right hand to the inside of that right leg and open the left arm out. So this time we're really thinking about opening the chest, rotating the chest to the sky, opening here. Maybe your left hand can reach up and over towards that right foot, but let's work to keep the chest open, really connecting with those abdominals. Top hand's going to lift us up, find the floor, and we'll work to lift the chest, lift the hips up. Breathing here, opening the front line of the body, head falls, right arm falls, wherever comfortable. We come back down, glutes find the floor. We rotate towards that extended right leg and begin to walk the hands down the leg. Maybe we find the foot, maybe it's just the calf, maybe it's the floor. Really allow this to be an opportunity to come back and reset through the body to begin to calm the breath and settle. Maybe we do have the foot, but maybe we just rest somewhere a little bit more comfortable, somewhere that we can really soften through the upper body. Even out the breath. And we slowly peel ourselves up, changing legs. So the left leg is long, left hand finds the floor in front, and we begin to open the chest. Connection to the belly. Those top fingers, all the fingers nice and soft. Breathing here. As we peel ourselves up, that right hand finds that connection with the earth, and we begin to lift the body up, pressing the hips forward, opening through the front line of the body. Breathing here. And with control, we sink back down, rotate the upper body towards that extended leg, and begin to fold down into our forward fold. As we try and center our breath, we're thinking about finding that space as we breathe in and softness release as we breathe out. We gently peel ourselves back up. Bring the legs in. We'll make our way down onto our mat, however you get there. Knees into the chest. Let the spine be long. Just beginning to have a little rock from side to side to release through the back of the body. Maybe taking some circles with the knees. We're circling the knees. We go both ways. And gently bringing the knees into the chest. We open the arms out and drop the knees over to the right. Really just allowing your body to melt where it does. And space as we breathe in. We soften as we breathe out. Find that connection to the belly. Bring the legs back to center and over to the left. Take your time to adjust into the shape. Allow yourself to become heavy. Let go of that effort, that practice. Let go of anything that we no longer need from our day. Opportunity just to drop in and create some softness. Connection to the belly. We come all the way back to our backs. And transitioning into our Shavasana. Take whatever movements you need here. You need to shake out the legs and the arms, or a little bit more rocking. You can do whatever it is that you need. You want an extra layer or a blanket or a bolster under the knees or wherever. Set yourself up so that you can find some softness. And just begin to, once again, really bring that awareness into your body. As we scan and feel into the physical body, seeing if we can find that release, that softness. Feel into the parts of the body that connect with the earth and really just allow yourself to become heavy here, to be soft and melt. Let go of any effort on your breath and just allow the breath to flow gently. And as we finish our time here, know that you can stay in your Shavasana as long as you like. Maybe you'd like to call back that intention you set at the beginning of practice. Maybe you would just like to observe your breath gently flowing in through the nose and out through the nose. Allowing yourself to find that sense of connection to whatever it is that you need, that focal point to focus your attention. And gently breathing. When you're ready to make your way out of your Shavasana, gently we begin to deepen the breath, expand our awareness back through the whole body. And beginning to move however it is that you need. And taking your time to come back into your physical body. And making your way up, however that works for you, back to that comfortable seat. And when we finish, once again, left hand to the heart, right hand to the floor. Finding that connection, sense of groundedness. Right hand on top of the left. Offering gratitude to yourself for practicing today, to listening to your body. Offering gratitude to our yoga practice. And of course, I send gratitude to you for tuning in and moving with me. That concludes our time together. So gently fluttering your eyes open when you're ready to move on with the rest of your day. Thanks. Have a wonderful day.